Look at this. This is Neo, and it promises to be the most revolutionary product of all time. A fully humanoid robot ready to do all your chores with pre-orders starting at $20K. Except, it probably won't be able to do everything when you first get it. But that's not stopping investments in robotics. Investments made this year topped $21 billion, the highest ever recorded. And this money isn't about just building cooler robots. It's rewriting how robots shape our economic future. But there are real risks that no one's talking about. Let's take a look at the state of the market today. In 2025, SoftBank made one of the largest robotics bets in history, $5.4 billion to acquire ABB's robotics division. SoftBank CEO called it their bet on physical AI, the fusion of artificial intelligence and robotics. Not just software that thinks, but machines that do. Look at this. Imagine leaving your house for work and having a personal assistant that can walk your dog, do your laundry, clean your house. Basically, iRobot, except for robots trying to take over the world. You see, what they're thinking is that the real benefits of AI isn't just done in your computer, but it's having robots that operate and interact in the real world, working in industries from manufacturing, logistics, data centers, smart cities, and even healthcare. But SoftBank isn't alone. Total robotics investment jumped almost 50% in 1 year. Defense robotics now captures about 63% of all investments, and funding for humanoid robots exploded. So is this a historic opportunity, or are we inflating a dangerous bubble? Let's take a closer look. The global robotics market could grow from 94 billion to about 372 billion by 2034. That's a nearly 4 times expansion in a decade. The biggest sectors, logistics and warehouse, capture about 40% of the market. Medical robotics is growing at 22% per year. And humanoids, they're projected to reach a staggering 137% compound annual growth rate, the fastest growing segment. Now, it's pretty easy to achieve staggering growth rates when your current market size is near zero. So before you rush to the bank, here are the risks that suggest that part of this segment could be overheating. Companies like Figure AI is valued at about $39 billion despite having zero commercial revenue. They've deployed a handful of robots at BMW, but that's it. Compare that to established industry robot makers with decades of revenue and ask yourself if a 40 times premium makes sense. Chinese companies like Unitree are pricing humanoid robots at $6,200. That's like a 97% undercut of most Western competitors. Prices are even lower than what Tesla Optimus is projecting to launch at. Now, they're backed by massive government subsidies and a capacity-first strategy targeting mass production by late 2026. If they flood the market, the Western valuations could collapse. The AI architects powering robotics are evolving so fast that today's cutting-edge systems could be obsolete in 18 months. Companies are debating whether to switch from established models to entirely new approaches based on video generation AI. If you invest in hardware built on soon-to-be outdated software, you could be in trouble. So is this a bubble? Well, most of the valuations are very speculative, especially around humanoid robots. Products like Neo are taking pre-orders before demonstrating a fully working product. But the broader industrial robotics sector, logistic automation, and medical robotics, those have real revenue, real deployments, and a clear ROI. So what does this actually mean for the global economy in the next decade? Automation could boost global productivity by 1% annually. That might sound small, but compounded over a decade, that's a fundamentally wealthier world. Robotics could redesign the supply chain architecture. The era of ultra-long, fragile global supply chains is ending. Robotics enables shorter, regional supply chains, more resilient, faster to market. Here's the crucial point. We're in the transition right now. The decisions made in the next 5 years will determine whether robotics creates a shared prosperity or concentrates wealth. So I believe the robotics revolution is inevitable. $21 billion invested this year is only the beginning, but there are real risks. When implemented thoughtfully, robotics can give us safer workplaces, higher wages, stronger domestic industries, and more time for creative, strategic work that humans do best. The question isn't whether robotics are coming. They're already here. The real question is whether we understand the transformation well enough to position ourselves for the economy that's being built right now. This is the future happening now. And understanding it isn't just interesting, it's essential. If you want to keep exploring how technology is reshaping the economy, money, and work, subscribe and watch this video right here.